Well, it's about 8:30 in the morning on the 23rd of August in Pattaya, Thailand. I'm Scott McLean. I'm the content creator. Let me turn this around a little bit. Of the YouTube channel Pondering in Pattaya, which is dedicated to trying to help people to live their best life possible anywhere in the world. Shout out to Paul Z in New York. Great conversation with you today, Paul. Great remember when. Good shout out to little Nun from Sukhothai, who's coming here in a couple of days. And she's gonna be my little puppy dog, she says. I'm amazed. We'll see it when it happens. Shout out to Guang, the chef at Alyssa's Stadium Coffee on 13-2. Had a good time with you this morning, Guang. Thanks for making me my iced cappuccino and being a good host. Back to my life in music. My life in my music business career, part 9. I'm trying to think of where I left off. Well, talk a little bit more about my store. The first store opened on my birthday, the 18th of January, 1978, and we were almost instantly successful. We never put another dime in the place. And we had great starting employees. We had Mike Stern worked there, Miles Davis's guitar player later on. Sarah Brown, who was the bass player from the Roomful of Blues. Alma Cummings, a sweetheart, an absolute sweetheart. Stuart Friedman, who was our first employee. We used to sell him records in the street, and then he would take them back to Belmont High and put a VIG on top and sell them to his friends. He was a little businessman at 17. Barrence Whitfield. Barry and I have been friends since 1978 or 9. And Barry worked for me for 3 or 4 years. Ron Scafidi, who I knew from the early to middle 70s when we were just buddies, and he worked at the Star Market. Who else? Andy Doherty, who will remain not too much of a story on him. Rob Hart, who was the road manager for Travis Shook and the Club Wow, and George Carlin in the early 70s. These were a lot of my early, Steve LaGrega, who played sax on the first Barrence Whitfield and the Savages album with Peter Greenberg playing guitar. Yeah, these were the people that comprised my beginning staff the first year or two at my shop, my first shop. And they were great. They were fantastic. And we would go out. We were doing so much business. Every time we made a new record for how much we had done in a week, we took everybody out to dinner at Sol Azteca on Beacon Street in Brookline. It was a great Mexican restaurant. And I think we did it 14 weeks in a row in 1980 or 81. We were doing crazy business. Crazy business. And again, I had to do all the buying. I did most of the buying. And it involved me being on the road a lot. But I liked it. I'm not good at retail. I can't do it. I would have people that would be in the shop and they come up to me and go, "This record you're playing reminds me of my dog who died." I go, "Too much information. I don't care. Just buy the record and go home and enjoy it." And then they would say stuff to me like, "Hey, these records say they're not for sale. How do you sell them? They say promotional, unlawful for sale." And I'd say, just enjoy them. Don't be an investigative reporter. It's not becoming. And just buy the fucking record and go home. So, and this went on I was the owner of the store for 4.5 years. I was the chief cook and bottle washer. I'm scratching my face, I'm sorry. And I don't want to get into it yet, but I had a friend, John Pinkney, who owned a store called Festoons in New Haven. And I had a ping pong table in my basement at my second store. And he would come up from New Haven and we would play ping pong, and the loser would buy the other person a really good bottle of champagne, like a Louis, what the hell is it? Dom Perignon or Krug or Cristal. And we were good friends. We were buddies, and we were in a similar position. We both had retail stores. Neither one of us really liked them. You know, this is like 1981 when I start to get the itch to get out of the retail business. But I'll get into it more in the next episode, the next story. I was buying stuff from almost all the promo guys in the New England area for my shop. One of the guys was the Snow Wolf, Peter Wassing, who's been sober for, I think, 30-something years. And Peter, my best to you. You know, you're great. Same with Marco Babineau, another friend who was, I think, a VP at Geffen at one time, who's been sober for a long time. But at the time, they wanted to sell me all the promos they had so they could buy GAC with it. They could buy Blow. Peter Wassing, I wrote a song about based on Starman by David Bowie. It was, he's a snow wolf, he's waiting for the blow. He'll kindly pop his trunk lid for a hunk of snow. And that was the nature of the business back then. Everybody was either buying houses and trying to upgrade the house or doing drugs. And I have so many stories. And Peter and Marco, I hope you're not pissed off at me revealing it, because your trip to sobriety and your commitment to your sobriety is really noteworthy. And I wish you both the best. But at one time, you weren't so great. And I wasn't so great. It was all about Blow back in the day. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe to Pondering in Pattaya, my YouTube channel that's dedicated to helping people sincerely trying to live their best life possible. Sawadee Cop, Sawadee Be My Cop, Chody Cop, and all my love to you attentive fans loving my music career. And this was part 8 or part 9, I'm not sure.